says, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, D-Style, what are your thoughts on Jake Paul?
I think Jake Paul is a celebrity boxer who is not as bad as I thought he was originally, but that's not saying much. You know what I mean? And it's someone who I do really want to see him fight like a real boxer. I don't care if it's a journeyman that's pitching 500, okay, or batting. I'm sorry, 500. I don't care if it's a guy that's 4-10. Okay, let me tell you guys something. You better stop looking at those box records, because the toughest fight in Mayweather's career was against a drunken master. Dude with a shitload of losses. Right. Yeah. Those journeymen are pretty tough. So I want to see, Jake Paul fight one of those guys.
Gotcha.
I wanna double up though on D-Styles, or the question to D-Style about Jake Paul. In terms of him fighting somebody, he actually was supposed to fight Tommy Fury. I kind of tend to think that people seem to forget that when they keep demanding that he fight a boxer. The plan was for him to fight a guy that was 7-0 going into that fight, when he was actually 4-0. So, Tommy Fury got his injuries or whatever. We ended up with the Woodley fight. It is what it is. But I do think that the plan for Jake Paul was to take on Tommy Fury in December. And, Joe, you remember I was saying that I thought he was going to win that fight.
I think Jake Paul would beat Tommy Fury, man. Tommy Fury.
I don't know, guys. He hasn't fought anybody that could box, guys. Come on.
You got the boxer telling me to say the same thing.
You have to stop and acknowledge that he fought an NBA player. Askren cannot box. Woodley's not a good boxer.
Fury bought.
Fury hasn't looked that great either.
He fought boxers, bro. Dudes that do it for a living. They know how to box. I would put any of those 7 dudes against Askren, any one of them, and they would beat Askren.
It's funny.
And the NBA guy and the other YouTuber.
Did you see?
Come on.
You can name Ben Askren. Funny enough, you can name Tyron Woodley.
It doesn't matter if you can name. I can name Brad Pitt. It doesn't mean if somebody knocks out Brad Pitt, it doesn't make him a better dude than the dude nobody knows about fighting at the Pavo Real over here, bro. Come on.
I bet you can't name a Tommy Fury opponent to save your damn life.
It doesn't matter if I can name them or not. That's not
Tommy
that's
Fury.
Not the point. The point is it's almost impossible to really grade Jake Paul and his skill level. There's a thing called the halo effect. A dude that knows is getting some boxing training is going to look a lot better against dudes that don't know how to box. It's common sense.
And then there are guys like Tommy Fury that get hella training, including from the heavyweight champion.
But when you box someone that knows how to fight back, you don't look as good.
But Tommy, Maestro, you remember when Tommy Fury fought the MMA guy in his last fight?
And he beat him. Did he lose a round?
He looked terrible.
He won every round.
He looked terrible.
I think he lost 1 round, 1 or 2 rounds.
That was the chief sparring partner of your dude, and he washed him.
No, he wasn't.
It doesn't matter how he looked. That's not the point.
He looked bad though, bro. He didn't look good.
I understand that, but he's a novice. You guys really believe Jake Paul will look good against someone that knows how to fight? You're out of your minds.
But this Tommy Fury.
Let me finish my point. I ain't sick this week. Okay, let me finish my point. If you look at like Wilder, okay, against Tyson Fury, he looks like he doesn't know how to box. Okay, he looks wild. He's missing this and that. You put Wilder in the ring with Jake Paul, Wilder will look like Sugar Ray Robinson, knock this dude to spark out in less than a minute. It's called the halo effect. He hasn't fought anyone. He fought a basketball player. Come on.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
You can insult your own intelligence. Don't ask me to insult mine too.
Do you understand that you could go down to the Texas Commission right now, pass a physical, and D-Style, you can be a professional boxer? Do you know that?
Definitely in Texas.
Do you know that?
Definitely in Texas.
I went to a Peter McNeely fight.
But what's your point, though?
Well, can you let me finish it?
Go ahead.
Okay. I went to a Peter McNeely fight, and there was a guy that fought him with Converse sneakers on, but he had a boxing license. So what I'm trying to tell you is just because someone has a boxing license doesn't mean that's a real skilled boxer. Those guys that Tommy Fury beat aren't much better than the guys Jake Paul beat. That's what I'm trying to say. Just because they have a boxing license Doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean.
Brother.
What amateur careers did they have?
Are these style?
How many Golden Glove
It
championships?
doesn't matter because, first of all, it's not
matter.
Your random average Joe
matters.
doesn't just go have boxing matches with Tommy Fury. Okay, that doesn't really happen. Okay, your little anecdotal story don't mean nothing to me.
Of course,
okay?
it means
Yo,
everything.
Tommy Fury lose to Jake Paul.
Everything.
That is terrible.
What was the combined record?
Give me a second,
What's the
Joe.
combined record of the guys Tommy Fury beat?
It don't matter, bro. This dude fought a basketball player, and you guys are like, "Wow, he's so good." I just don't buy it.
No,
Sorry,
I just don't think Tommy Fury's that good.
Don't put words in my mouth.
I think both of them niggas are trash, to be honest with you.
Give me a second. What I'm saying is
Tommy Fury's so good just because he's Tyson Fury's brother?
Joe, give me a second.
I think I said that in the last one.
D-Style saying that anybody could look great against these guys that can't box.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
anyone who has training. Okay, if you're gonna quote me correctly. I said anyone who's doing serious boxing training.
Right.
Go ahead, proceed.
So Anthony Taylor, a guy with a sub-mediocre record in MMA and an 0-1 record in boxing, was Tommy Fury's last opponent. And Tommy Fury went the full 4 rounds with that dude and looked terrible in doing it.
Did he lose a round?
Done yet. By the way, he also outweighed that dude and had about 5 inches on him and looked
Maestro.
terrible. That dude is no better than any one of Jake Paul's opponents.
Maestro.
No better.
10 and this. Look at the opponents that Tommy Fury fought. 10 and 102.
Did I ever say that Tommy Fury had an amazing resume?
26.
What is this?
26 losses.
You guys you're trying to convince me that Jake Paul's the real deal, bro. It's not going to happen.
No, all I'm trying to convince you is
he the real deal?
All I'm trying to convince you is Tommy Fury is not the real deal.
Can Jake Paul fight Yildirim? Can he beat Yildirim?
No.
Okay.
Can Tommy Fury?
Well, Tommy Fury, okay, it's a novice fighter at this point. I mean,
no.
So it's possible that he could beat him.
No. It's impossible. I would bet my life that he couldn't beat him.
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
10 and 102, 10 and
102, 0 and 26, 2 and 26, 0 and 11, 0 and 9.
Okay, but let me just say this, and I'm going to let this rest, okay? Let me just say this. This is a nail in the coffin, and then I'll finish bodying you all. Look,
they're both not good. They're
both
not good.
I just said they're both not good. Look this out. I know you got triggered. Just take it. That's what you got to do. Look, listen to me, okay?
They're both not good.
I'm just sick and tired of hearing the following, okay? I'm sick and tired of people like pulling out Mayweather's first 4 opponents to prove a fucking point, okay? Yeah, Mayweather was fighting like every 2-3 weeks at that point, okay? And it was right out of the amateurs, right? And that was a norm at the time, okay? Like that's just the way they do it, okay? Now, unless you want to make an argument that the guys Mayweather fought were just dudes off the street wearing sneakers, that's another story, okay? But people are actively trying to legitimize like Jake Paul, like if he's a real boxer, regardless of anyone could get a boxing license. He has not fought. Like I know anybody could get a boxing license because the 4 opponents of Jake Paul got a fucking boxing license and they can box with the shit. So thank you for proving my point. But until he fights someone who is adequate, I said, can he fight a journeyman? I don't care if the dude's 5 and 15. But get in there with someone who has experience and who is a pro boxer, who does go around and spar guys and give guys good work in the gym. Go do that, and then we'll proceed.
Not a lot of people fight journeymen in their first 5 fights. Not a lot of people with I
said a 5 and 15 dude. You can't fight a 5 and 15 dude.
I see you itching to make your point. Now it's my turn. Not
5 and 15 dude. No, but you got to represent my point correctly. That's why.
Okay, why would a guy with 5 fights take on a guy with 20 fights? If you look at the way prospects are matched, they're typically matched against guys that don't.
They don't put them in there with basketball players.
Okay, well, they put them in with guys with 0-1 records, like Tommy Fury's last opponent. The fact is,
basketball player.
The fact is this: people want Jake Paul to be matched like he's some Olympian or some AIBA amateur world champion, and he's going to be facing these dudes with these deep records. No guy of his experience going into pro boxing is ever matched with a
So
journeyman.
You cannot have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't go around saying this dude's legitimate and we should respect him and then say he's not ready to fight a journeyman. If he's not ready to fight a journeyman, he's a fucking novice. And I don't want to.
I'm so shocked we having a conversation on Jake Paul.
Legitimate? Is Tommy Fury?
I'm dead serious here. Like,
no, wait a minute,
because Tommy Fury hasn't proven shit. No. He's not a legitimate.
Okay.
He's not legitimate.
Serious with that.
At least he's fighting dudes that actually are professional boxers. Whether they suck or not is irrelevant. Okay.
Well, you know what? Jake Paul beats the WBO, NABO cruiserweight champion.
And you don't know that, and you're basing it off of the fucking. You just said he's not ready to fight a journeyman.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
Dude, ain't even.
What if Jake Paul knocks out Canelo?
No, that's not happening.
Let me ask you this. He's
gonna be the NABO champion, but he's not ready to fight a journeyman.
I'm just gonna make my last point.
Yeah, I can't believe we talked this long on Jake Paul.
This is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous.
Yo, for real, like
he's getting what he wants.
It's just like, here's the deal is that
he's getting what he wants. Like, this is what he wants. He wants to be the topic of discussion, and he wants to be able to like ruffle the feathers. So he's getting what he wants.
Look, I have no beef with Jake Paul. I have beef with Biebs and Maestro's infatuation with him. Okay, that's my beef.
Well, would you pick Tommy Fury to beat Jake Paul? Yes or no?
Yes, I would.
He already said that. He thinks that there's something called.
He might look crappy. Yes, that's true. But Jake Paul just doesn't look that great to me.
Right.
He doesn't.
Listen. Doesn't look that good to me.
So would you be shocked if Jake Paul beat Tommy?
No, I wouldn't be shocked.
All right. Is it a competitive fight? Is it like, are these guys basically on the same level?
Could be. I don't know.
Would you put these guys on the same level?
I want to see Jake Paul and Canelo.
I'm saying that there's no way to know, and there's no way to grade Jake Paul, and Fury. Like they both got to step up, obviously. But
that's what I'm
there's no way to grade him.
That's all.
It's a halo effect, dude. Like
with both of them, it's a halo effect.
Let me put it this: you don't think Chocolatito at 118 pounds or 15 pounds would fuck up that basketball player? I do. I think he'll fuck him up in a round. That's a little ass dude.
But you know.
I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, Maestro. Ho. Do you know who Callum Ide is?
No.
He's 0-26. He's 0-26. Is he that much better than the basketball player?
He might be, yeah. You know what? I would put the dude. I would bet on him over a basketball player. That didn't you see him? Did you see how that dude was fighting Jake Paul?
Where is Tommy Fury?
Did you see how he was like going like this? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? That's what he fought.
Where is Tommy Fury without Tyson Fury? Where is he at?
Did you see Tommy Fury versus Scott Williams, who was 0-9? Was that? Come on, bro.
I would pick the 0-9 guy over Askren.
How many Tommy Fury fights have you actually? Have you ever? How many Tommy Fury fights have you seen?
I've seen him fight. The guys suck. Okay, it is what it is. But at least they're boxers. Is what I'm saying.
So you're a boxer if you have an 0-9 record because you just got licensed by some county with a fair.
Technically, I'm a boxer. I have an amateur record. I would get washed by anybody, man.
You guys are arguing with me that Nate Robinson, is a legitimate win. Just stop. Listen to yourself.
Okay,
such a legitimate win is the old
Callum Ide, who was 0-26, is not a legitimate win either.
No, man, I seen journeyman boxers that were not that good, records that were not that stellar, knock fuckers out at the club before. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, you guys are going out of your way to legitimize a Nate Robinson win. Okay, give me your fucking boxing cards.
You're going out of your way to
legitimize. Go ahead. I'm not because I acknowledge. I'm clearly acknowledging that the boxers he's fighting are not that good. Right, but you guys are going an extra mile for Nate Robinson, then Askren for God's sake.
I think Tommy Fury is crazy. I think Tommy Fury would lose to Jake Paul. That's just my opinion.
Mine as well.
Okay, what I'm saying, at the end of the day, he would be 4-0 against the same dudes that this dude just fought too. So it is what it is.
And I would be 7-0 against the.
You know Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury has no amateur fights. He has no amateur fights.
That's what I'm saying. Who is he without his?
He has seven.
Which explains why he has
Vincent Crawford.
He has 7 setup fights, just like Jake Paul has.
I love it. I love this. I got 2 body bags on my record tonight. Now let's move on.
Two body bags that are still kicking.
Oh, Nate Robinson, he's better than those 0-7 guys. Get out of here. Okay, stop.
Oh, I said there. That win.
Calamine 0-26.
I would pick him over Nate Robinson. Nate Robinson didn't know how to fight.
Calamine got knocked
he
out
was
by the
flinching when they this to him. Like, get the fuck out of here. Okay.
So Nate Robinson's 0-0 record is somehow worse than a guy that was 0-1 in his last fight.
Tommy Fury.
About 5 inches.
Tommy Fury throws a left.
Explain it. Hold up. He's got to explain that math to me.
I'm just saying.
To me,
Haddon's son can go be 0-4 against those dudes he fought. Okay.
Nate Robinson is 0-0. Anthony Taylor is 0-1. But according to D Styles arithmetic.
Hey, Rocky had 30 losses, bro. It's all good.
0-1 is a better record than 0-0. I don't understand.
Look. I'm not the one capping for a fucking YouTuber who hasn't fought anybody, okay? Like, you guys can keep going.
But you're capping for reality.
I'm not capping for Fury.
You're capping for a reality, a British reality TV star. A British reality TV star that's right into the coattails.
I'm just saying he's going the process.
You're doing the same thing for Fury.
There's a process. You just said he didn't have an amateur career. I'm not here saying that he's going to be shit. I never said that. All I'm saying is I do think he can beat. I do believe he can beat Jake Paul because I don't think Jake Paul's that good.
I have a question. Okay, the four of you, you're at a bar.
Yeah.
Okay, it goes down.
Ouch.
Bar fight.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Big
Which
John
of the two
Fury.
do you want?
He's gonna
Big John Fury. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Big John Fury.
I probably would take Jake Paul for the bar fight part. For the bar fight part, I probably would take Jake Paul. So he'd probably be high as hell.
JC says, salute to all the boxing heads. Tista, I'm sorry we got you angry today, man. We didn't mean to do that.
That's all good, man. This is energy right now. No anger. I just need to scold you guys.
I know you're just coming off.
You're capping for Jake Paul.
I know you're just coming off of being sick, man. I'm sorry.
Like you guys are capping for Jake Paul. This is unbelievable. I can't believe this. Like, oh no, the Nate Robinson win. That was
all we're doing is taking the lesser of two evils, baby. Taking the lesser of two evils.
Ben Askren is literally the worst striker in any combat sport I've ever seen.
I got you. But what about Calamide, man? He lost 26 times in a row, bro.
He would beat Ben Askren.
You never saw him fight.
All those dudes would have a win if they fought like the opponent's son, Jake Paul. Okay,
who wins?
If those dudes fought Robinson and Ben Askren, they would all have 2 wins in their record.
All right,
every single one of them.
All right, I can't wait. I'd love to see this fight happen.
Beeb, you can knock out Ben Askren. I believe in you.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't even knock out any. I couldn't even knock out a 10th grader right now. All right, boxing says D-Style. Would you give Paul credit if he beats?
I'm making big money today. Look at this. But look, I'm gonna say this quick because I understand we got to move on.
Wait a minute.
And we got Tommy.
Why does everyone want to see Beeb?
I would not give him any credit. I would say, you know what I would say? That's what I would say.
At every joint in his body.
Let me tell you what I would say. Okay, I would say this. They put Jake Paul in there with an old, crusty old man who hasn't seen his best days 30 years ago. That's what I would say. I'll explain, brother. You're still good.
See what that guy that gave me the super chat started? All right. Let's move on to